Hello, hello, hello. Lovely to have you here again for, I've just realized I've written day 3. It's Thursday already. Oh my goodness. Sorry, day 4. There you go. Time absolutely flies. So listen, what have we been doing all week? So this is your GPS to success, and it's just to help you get clarified before the end of the year so that you're ready to hit the new year running and you know what you're doing. It's one of the best things to do. Even before you go to sleep at night time, write down the 6 things that you need to do tomorrow, and then you'll just get on and do with them. So don't be hitting the new year wondering, oh, what shall I do? What shall I do? But incidentally, I'm doing a full, bigger version of this. I'm going to be in Dubai, second week of January. So the 11th of January, get that in your diary. It is going to be epic. You're going to absolutely love it. And I'll be live from Dubai playing polo. And yeah, we're going to have a great time. I'm literally going to be doing more of these GPS to success on steroids, and you want to be on there. I am going to have no holds barred and sharing the information that Bob gives to us. How awesome is that? If you're watching for the first time, I'm Sheena Cantor. I'm a consultant with Bob Proctor, and I basically help clients get what they want. That's what Bob says. It says it on the tin. You tell me what you want and I'll show you how to get it. Don't believe it? Come and have a chat with me, and come and have a chat with the clients as well. You want to know. You really do want to know. So listen, that's not what we're here for today. We're here to just carry on with. So this week we've been talking about your goals, and that how you've been taught to set goals is all wrong. And that's why you don't get them. I mean, some of you watching this know how to set goals and know what I'm talking about. But other people, if you're trying to work your way towards your goal, that's what's causing all the effort. I don't want you to be spending so much effort. Yeah, I want you to have peace, flow, and joy. How does that sound? Yeah, it sounds much better, doesn't it? Than effort, 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 effort. Incidentally, I can't see your comments whenever they come up here, but whenever I will look at the post after, I'll be able to respond to anybody. I am offering a free call, strategy session, clarity session, call it what you want, 20 minutes, just to clarify your goals and where you're going and what you should and shouldn't be doing. Because it does make a difference when you just literally have that conversation with somebody else to point you in the right direction. So don't be afraid, reach out and let's have a chat and get you all sorted to get yourself dreaming over Christmas and then ready to go with an action plan in January. That's what I'm here for, here to help you. So that was the second day. The third day was all about paradigms. And so what's stopping you from getting to your goals? Oh my goodness, how many things are in the way? It is unbelievable. I mean, I had 2 conversations with people yesterday, and one girl didn't realize that everything she was saying was putting something in the way. She thought she was just asking questions, but it was literally block after block after block after block. Do you know what really amazed me about what made people successful? When you go to college and you go and learn about business or university, and they tell you, plan this and plan that, and you spend so much time planning and writing. By the time you've written it, it's flipping obsolete. By the time you come out of college or university, it's obsolete, whatever you were talking about. The world is changing so fast. And then, it's the speed with which people make decisions. That's what makes people successful. We're not afraid of failing. That was one of the things that I realized, today. Actually, I realized it before, but it was an absolute, complete understanding and acknowledgement and gratitude that all my failures have helped me to be where I am right now. I have basically failed my way to my success, what I call success. Because your success is different from mine. There's no point in comparing ourselves with anybody else. It really is your success, whatever you deem to be successful. And so I realized that I'd failed my way here. And then because I thought, God, I'm setting myself up for failure again. Why do I keep doing that? And I was knocking myself. And then I thought, oh, yeah, go on then. Set yourself up for failure because you grow. I grow every time and everything just gets better and better and better. How awesome is that? So yesterday was all about your paradigms, and today is all about your self-image. So Who are you? You see, what happens is, what I found is that I had a self-image that I was projecting to the world, but then the Sheena that I went to bed with wasn't quite in alignment with that Sheena. This Sheena here was doing, that's the 98%. You've got two self-images going on. One's in your conscious mind and one's in your subconscious. And your conscious mind is just 2%. Oh my God, that's got a strong ego. It thinks it is something. It's all me, 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 me. You're not doing anything. Don't kid yourself. Whenever we put science and theology together, you're just pointing your body in the direction you need to go, and it is done for you. It will be done unto you according to your faith. So what are you having faith in? Is your faith in, oh, this always goes wrong for me? Or is your faith in, everything's always working out for me? And you step forward with confidence and joy. Wouldn't that be good? Oh, hell yes. Yes, yes, yes. Confidence, confidence, confidence. And so that little person on the inside, let me tell you, you cannot outperform your self-image. And please don't try. It's exhausting. I tried to do it. It is totally, totally exhausting. So if you're finding that you're, putting effort, did you know that force negates? So if you're putting force behind anything that you're doing, it's like hoovering without being plugged in. Can you imagine hoovering the floor? Can you? Can you imagine hoovering the floor and you're not even plugged in? Well, that's what this is like. So I want you to plug yourself in to who you really are. We haven't got time to go into it here about the science of who you are, but you are energy. You are life itself in your body. Excuse me, I've got a little itch going on here. It's doing my head in. So think about it. You've got I call it like a happiness level and a financial level and a friendship level, relationship level. The one that really makes me laugh is the happiness level, because I remember whenever I was younger and my mum would say to me, so whenever I was 21 and she'd say, I was having my 21st birthday, and she'd say, that's enough. I've never had known somebody to have so many parties for a birthday. That's just too much fun. Now just get yourself back here. Be real. Do you say that to yourself as well? Do you? It makes me laugh every time. Bless my mum. Bless her. She didn't know what she was saying. She thought she was protecting me. Get here and get serious. No. What does it say in the Bible? It says, be ye like children of God to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Where is heaven? It's here. Or hell is here. That promise of the beautiful place far and beyond, it's here. And whatever consciousness you have here, you take when you are not in this body, because you are that consciousness itself. So don't be thinking that, oh, it's okay, I'll just pop out of this world and then everything will be fine. No, you are going to be still that consciousness. When I realized that, I just thought, oh my goodness, I'm getting it sorted in this lifetime. I am not coming back here to do this again. I mean, it's been great fun and I appreciate everything, but I don't want to have to go through those trials and tribulations again. Like, no, 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 no. So I want you to grow forward with wisdom and not through trials and tribulations. You'll still have things going on, but you can meet them now with wisdom. So who are you? I mean, what is your identity? I mean, I keep looking at this little diagram here, even though I put it up for one thing, it's just the answer to everything almost. It's just like, what box have you put yourself in? What's your identity box? And are you the box of the person that you want to be is here, but you insist on being this person here? It's not going to work. You're just going to work yourself harder and harder and harder and get some results, but not get to the actual place that you want to be. So the 6-figure earner, Sheena Kantar, this 6-figure earner isn't going to get her to be the 7-figure earner. Yeah? It's not going to happen. So remember what Einstein said, is that, you cannot change your circumstances with the same thinking that got you there. So this is the Sheena that got to here. She now has to change, to have something else. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is, are you willing to do what it takes? I know you're able, but are you willing? And that's a question that you have to sit down and go. I ask myself that various times whenever I throw myself into something and I just go, what am I doing? Do I really want this? But then I think, well, what's the alternative? That I live on a crappy pension when I'm 65? No. I want to change the pattern of my family and my family's family and my family's family for generations to come, and for yours and for everybody else that we meet. This is a time of just really understanding who you are. And your self-image is key. It's absolute key. Now then you've got to decide and make decisions just about, well, who is that person? About principles. What are your principles? Because when you set your principles and your standards, then the decision's already made. When a certain circumstance comes up, you know how you're going to react because you've already made the decision beforehand. Or are you running headlong into things and just reacting and then figuring it out after, or figuring it out when you're in the middle of it? It's not decisions. You're making decisions based on past tense then, past reactions, past emotions. Set your principles in line. What are your values? And then what are your principles attached to those values? What are your no compromise at all? What is that? So one of my principles is, and I realized that I wasn't actually doing this, is that I do everything I say I will do. So in goals wise, in work, most of the time it happens. But you see, most of the time isn't always, is it? And I've accepted results that I didn't want. I made an excuse. Oh, I'll try harder next time. Or this happened or that happened. Is that you? What I realize is that how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if I say to myself, I'm not going to have a glass of wine Monday to Thursday, I'm not going to have a glass of wine, but then Monday night, I have a glass of wine and go, actually, it doesn't matter. Well then, how do I even trust myself? I don't even do what I say I'm going to do. Or I do my best at everything. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if I'm making dinner and I just think, oh, I'll just throw this together, is that me being my best? Or do I put it together with love and make sure that I'm present when I'm making the dinner and not busy doing something else? Because being 100% present is being my best. Isn't it funny? You didn't think of things like this, do we? The micro is affecting the macro. We are our own little universes. And inside us there's universes. And we're part of the bigger universe. So what we do on a tiny, tiny level is going to have an effect on the big level. And if you can sort it out at this level, then when it comes to the big decisions, it's easy because you're in the habit of doing what you said you were going to do. Do you understand what I mean? So what is your identity? Who are you? How do you want people to be talking about you? How do you want to be seen? It's really, really key. You have no idea. It's not necessarily the action that you do, but who you are when you're doing the action. Who you are being at all times. Doesn't matter the action, but who are you while you're doing it? The circumstances around us are just circumstances. It is you and your vibration and who you are. You are the tuning device tuning into. So, how does a 7-figure person turn up? How does a 6-figure person turn up? Are you turning up? Are you showing up the way you want to show up? Because don't kid yourself, like I did, that it's okay. So I'd gone on a journey of when I realized that I actually didn't like myself. I didn't quite realize that. When you do the paradigm work and you really start to hear the conversations that you've been saying, stuff that you've been numbing out, stuff that you didn't think was important, stuff that you just thought everybody else said and it didn't really matter. So then I came to a position of finally loving myself. I didn't want to let her go because I hadn't loved Sheena for so long. But I had to let her go to be the new Sheena. And it's not like, it doesn't have to be dramatic. It's just the slight edge. You've all read that book. The 1%. Something just, you know how a horse wins? It wins with its whiskers, doesn't it? It wins with a nose. You just do something different every day. Something that makes you better. Something that makes you feel good. Not necessarily makes you better, actually. I don't want to be pushing that you just have to be, like, oh, I'm not good enough. No. Just something that makes you feel good and feel better every day. It's all about your feeling. So talking about that thermostat, you have a happiness thermostat, you have a relationship thermostat. Have you got the same problems going on and on and on in your relationship? Have you got the same, if you have too much fun or too much success, do you bring yourself down? What's a thermostat anyway? So you have the heating system and it's set to 70 degrees. And then somebody opens the door and it goes down to 65. So the heating system kicks in, doesn't it? And it puts it the whole way up and then switches off when it reaches its level. Now, if it got too hot, it would switch off again. So what happens with you? Let's look at money. So that's why I always ask people on a call, how much have you earned in a year? What's the most you've ever earned in a year? Talk to me about the last 5 years and how's your energy been? And I'll see where people are at. I'll see where your paradigm is. Because then if I say, well, what if you take your annual salary and make it your monthly salary? Some people can't deal with that. Some people, or the ideas just start floating through so fast. And I go, there you go. There's the release mechanism. Stop figuring your way out to 3 million or 300,000. Stop figuring it out. When you start to shift your paradigms and clear them, you start to see the answers. But you sitting there figuring out your problem just keeps you in the problem. Do you ever notice that? Still got the problems? You're still looking at them? Stop looking at them. It sounds simple, doesn't it? I know. It's not quite so easy. I know. But it's work in progress. And I promise you, when you keep doing it, it does change. So I know when everybody says, just do this, just do that, just do the other, let me tell you, it's repetition, repetition, repetition. You can be consciously aware of it, but if you do not keep up with that conscious awareness, you go back into conscious incompetence, don't you? Yeah, you know. How many awareness moments have you got and then hit yourself over the head 3 months in and you go, I know that, why am I not doing it? Because you don't understand how the grip of paradigms are with you. So remember to book your call. Yes, book your call and have a clarity session with me. And I'll spot those paradigms and give them a couple of slaps, so at least you become aware of them, and maybe there's something that you can do over Christmas before you even start on your goals. I can help show you that and even bring peace and clarity to you in one call. You just never know what comes out of a call. Look at this hair. I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing my head in. So that's your financial paradigm. Let me tell you what happened with me is because I literally took my corporate salary and I doubled it. And then the next year I didn't have quite so much. And then the next year I doubled it again. And then guess what? I lost it all because I was outperforming my self-image. Sheena Cantar just wasn't there. She didn't see herself as that person. Just like whenever I was 19 and I went for an interview to the RAF, and I had to do an IQ test, and the IQ test came out at 160, and then they said, oh, we want you to come as an officer. And I'm like, well, I only came as a secretary, so that's all I am. I didn't even understand what officer meant. I mean, I was so scared that they'd got the wrong person, that I'd done something wrong, that I'd cheated in some way. Like, go figure. I just didn't see myself as an officer. So I didn't go back. Didn't answer any emails or phone calls. Because that's not how I saw myself. And I was frightened. Wow. Imagine, it just hit me there. Imagine being frightened of yourself, of your own greatness. Because that's exactly what I was. Then I did it again whenever I started to do my degree. And I got the first assignment came back and it said D on it. And I went, oh, I put loads of effort into that. I thought it was at least a C. And she went, no, that's a distinction, Sheena. And I went, really? Again, I didn't see myself as a distinction person. So the next assignment I handed in, I failed. Until I balanced myself out at a C. I started to grow from there. I didn't realize what was going on, but I started to grow from there. So what is it that you're holding yourself back from? Sandy Gallagher says, it's not who you think you are that holds you back. It's who you think you're not. Wow. Do you imagine me running scared at 19 because somebody said that I was a little genius? And my mummy told me that I wasn't academically minded, and so I should be a secretary. Secretaries have to pass exams, by the way, in case nobody is a secretary. You do have to pass exams. You do have to have a brain. How funny. What have you been stepping away from? What have you been settling for because you haven't figured out your self-image? It's the same when people lose weight. How they lose weight and then they put it back on, and then they lose weight and then they put it back on, because they're losing weight using their 2% conscious. And yet the 98% subconscious is what's holding the key. And you're working against it, but you've got such a good, oh yes, such great willpower. Great willpower. Fair play to you. You lose the weight, but then it comes back on again because you didn't change your self-image. It's so key. So your homework today would be, what are your principles? What's your identity? What are your principles? What are your no compromise, no change? What are your standards that you're going to set for the self-image that links with the goal that you want? You don't want to change you, because that's like putting new wine into old bottles. You create a whole new self-image and you be it. Don't try and change yourself to the self-image. It's trying to unlearn something that you've learned. Just change it. Create it. Create another box. Oop, which way does it go? That way. Create another box. Put yourself in there as many times as you can. This one will keep trying to drag you back. And then there'll be people down here who want to pull you down even further. First they laugh at you, then they criticize you, then they'll ask you for advice. So just go through the journey. You'll be okay at the end. To thine own self be true. Yeah? So we're going to have a bonus session tomorrow. And it's going to be about money EQ. And I'm going to put an offer, a one-time offer, and it really is. I know you hear people say this, but come next year, this is all changing. It's all changing. And so I will do an offer on the program that I've got here, Thinking into Results, and I'll tell you all about that tomorrow. But the bonus session tomorrow is on your money EQ and how it makes a difference. You want to be on that, and you want to be listening to so many revelations, going from an employee mindset to an entrepreneurial mindset. Only we were taught this in school. But we're taught how to pass exams and get more knowledge. We're not actually taught how to live. So let me help you think. Think into your own results, the results that you want. Remember to book that call with me. Clarify, because it will help you so much, and then go back and listen to these lessons, because it will change everything, and how you hear me and how you listen to me will be so different. So different. It's been lovely having you on board. I will see you tomorrow. Book your call with me. See the offer tomorrow, and get ready for your money EQ. So excited. See you then. Bye-bye.